Viewmasters, it's the podcast that we do. Viewmasters, talk about movies that we view. Viewmasters, my friend Eric and me, Joe. Viewmasters, hey, let's start the show.
Hey, welcome to the Viewmasters, episode 228. Lucky! My name is Joe.
My name is Eric.
Hello, Eric.
Hello, Joe.
Lucky!
Lucky. Hey, you're nothing.
Oh, ouch. Accurate, but ouch. What was the word?
Ungats.
Ungats. I got ungats.
Yeah, we all do. I just thought that was the standard greeting for people named Joe.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah. It hurt when he said that. Also, what was it? 3-letter word for asshole starts with J.
Yep.
That was also really rude.
I didn't know there was going to be a character who would, named Joe, who would get so much abuse hurled at them in this movie.
I know. I didn't either. If I had, I would have vetoed.
You should have.
I take that very personally.
I mean, it's only the most common name in the United States, right?
Probably.
I guess John, maybe.
Yeah, maybe John.
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah, fuck Steve's.
Wow. Shots fired at
coming in
people named
harsh.
Steve.
They know what they did.
Yeah, I guess they do. Because I don't. I assume they know.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Okay.
And I don't need to explain.
Excellent. Lucky!
Oh, boy, this was a rough watch for me. I don't know about you.
Dude, this movie fucked me up. I would be lying if I said anything less. This movie was hard.
Yep.
But in a good way. It was a good movie. But it fucked me up.
I loved this movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's rough. Especially for people with a tendency to grapple with existential questions and depression and anxiety, and this kind of just pokes at all of it.
Yeah, I feel like, so you picked last time you picked a Transformers movie.
Yeah.
The time before that, you picked a Star Wars movie.
Uh-huh.
So you were just swinging all the way back. All right, those were both two relatively light action movies. Let's get into some dread. Let's think about death actively.
I mean,
and I gotta tell you, I've already been doing that, so awesome.
I mean, to be fair to myself, I knew very little about what the actual story of this movie was.
Right.
I did not know that it might possibly bring home some very close and topical subject matters.
Right.
And for that, I'm sorry.
Nah, that's okay.
But you are correct. I did, I was like, okay, I picked these two big, dumb, fun movies. I should probably, go with a film this time.
Oh, right. Yes, we are here talking about films.
Yes.
We talked about an Orson Welles movie last week, so.
Yeah. I mean, you've been pretty good about, swinging back to the grounded movies, but
I do my best.
Yeah, I felt, hey, let's get darker.
Yeah, mission accomplished.
And for what all intents and purposes, this is a comedy.
Yeah, it's a bleak comedy, but it's a comedy.
Yep. I mean, I laughed a couple times.
Yeah, no, there are definitely funny elements.
Yeah. I mean, there were also definitely times where I laughed in the middle of just fucking crying.
Yeah. Yeah, I cried for sure while I was watching this.
Yeah. And sometimes I don't think it was necessarily even anything that was particularly heart-wrenching at the moment. Like, it just kind of put me in the mood of, well, I should just be crying.
Yeah, I totally get that. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
So I guess, there's not a ton of plot to the movie.
Yeah.
It's just sort of
it's a character study.
It's definitely character study is what I was looking for.
Yeah. So it's essentially it's a movie starring Harry Dean Stanton, who died, I believe, shortly after this movie was released.
It was actually right before the movie was released.
Oh, okay. All right. Because I remember him actually being on some podcasts talking about it at some point.
Oh, wow.
So he was 91 years old when he died. And this movie is kind of a fictionalized version of his story.
Yeah, it felt somewhat autobiographical-ish.
Yeah.
I mean, he shares similarities with the character that he plays.
Yeah. There is a story that he tells. It's not really a story, but just little bits of information about his life that he shares in the middle of the movie, which turned out to be exactly what he did in life.
Oh, really? Wow.
There's a point where he meets a man who they both find out that they're World War II veterans. And Lucky shares a story about how he was in the Navy and he was a cook on a Navy vessel. And so was Harry Dean Stanton.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, that was it.
Okay.
And he's from Kentucky.
Right.
So, the story where he shot a bird might also be true.
That, I couldn't tell if that was have you seen or read To Kill a Mockingbird?
I have not.
Okay.
I have, but I've forgotten it because I disliked it greatly because
Gotcha.
It was a school assignment.
I see. That's fair.
Yeah.
But the movie's very good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that part I couldn't tell if that was like an actual thing or if that was like, was he telling a story that was from that movie? Because I know there's a story that oh god, I'm totally blanking on Gregory Peck's character's name. But I know there's a story that he tells to his daughter about killing a mockingbird.
Gotcha.
And obviously where the title comes from. But yeah, I couldn't remember. Like, I was trying to remember that story, and then the story that he's telling. Like, is that some weird reference? Did John Carroll Lynch just really like To Kill a Mockingbird? And so he's like, I'm going to have him tell the story from To Kill a Mockingbird at one point, like he did it when he was a kid.
Yeah, it's possible.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. The only thing I remember about To Kill a Mockingbird was in English class. We were discussing it, and like I said, I barely read it and hated every moment of it. But my teacher was, and I should make reference that I sat in the table of losers.
Okay.
In our scholarship English class.
Oh, wow, okay.
And she asked something about, what Scout wanted to do or something like that. and one of my friends muttered what he thought was quietly under his breath that Scout wants to suck on a dill pickle. Which shut the entire class up, and the teacher just glared at our table for what felt like 5 minutes straight.
Sure. What a strange thing to mutter.
Because, the boy in the movie, or book movie, whatever, is named Dill.
Oh, right, her brother. Or no, her friend.
Her friend, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still...
Yeah.
It's real messed up.
Just a couple of dickhead 16-year-olds just fucking around in class.
Well done.
Yep. They're awful.
Atticus Finch is who I was thinking
of.
That's his name. I got there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, so that's a story that I'll make a weird phone call to nobody in particular when I'm 90 years old.
Yeah, that's a good story. I enjoyed it.
Thank you. Maybe you'll be that person I call.
Fantastic.
And
I hope
never
so.
name by name.
I assume we're still going to be doing this podcast when you're 90 years old. I don't know how old I'll be, but I'm younger than you.
Yeah, like 88, 89,
something like that.
Something like that,
yeah.
Well, let's hope.
Fingers crossed. Will they have podcasts at that point?
We'll be broadcasting them telepathically by that
Oh,
point.
perfect. That's exciting.
None of this Skype bullshit.
I'm actually pretty excited about that.
Yeah, me too, honestly.
That'll be nice.
Yeah.
Get on it, Elon Musk.
Oh, God.
I know. God, we are all going to die.
As a comic book and sci-fi and horror nerd, I never thought the apocalypse would just be this stupid.
It's so lame. Yeah. The apocalypse is capitalism.
Yep. Oh, lucky.
Lucky. So I didn't know, aside from Harry Dean Stanton, I did not know who was in this movie when I started it.
Mm-hmm.
So the arrival of David Lynch was an utter delight.
Yes, it was.
That was such a nice surprise.
I mean, even without his involvement in just an acting role, this movie does have a couple of Lynchian sort of moments.
I sort of felt that way too. Like it's all sort of ponderous.
Yeah.
Like a David Lynch movie. And then there are definitely a couple of points where it's like, what am I watching right now?
Right. It's definitely more along the lines of, like, let's say, The Straight Story than, Wild at Heart.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are just a couple of bizarre moments in the movie. Some of it gets explained. Towards the beginning, when we first see Lucky's daily routine, and he just walks by this area and just yells cunts at nothing. I thought, well, that's bizarre. But, at the end, we get an explanation for that.
Do we?
Sort of, yeah.
Like we get to see what he's yelling at, finally.
Uh-huh.
I don't know that I really understood why he was yelling at it to begin with.
It's a botanical garden that kicked him out for smoking.
Oh, that was the botanical garden. Okay, gotcha. I missed the name of the place that he got kicked out of before.
Yeah, it was
Eve's. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Though I understand, as I understand it, he did not get kicked out. He left.
Well, it depends on how you look at it.
It's an important distinction to make.
Yeah. Yep. There's a lot of important distinctions to make in this movie.
There really are.
Because, things that you experience are not the things that I experience.
Yeah. That's true.
That is realism.
It's a thing.
Yep.
That's really all I can say about it.
Yep. What else could you say about it, really?
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, so David Lynch is in this. Ed Bigley Jr. shows up.
Yeah.
Beth Grant.
I love Beth Grant.
She's pretty great.
I enjoy her in pretty much everything I see her in.
Yeah, I mean, I will pretty much just always think of her from Donnie Darko.
Right.
And just doubting people's commitment to sparkle motion.
I mean, that's an iconic role. So, absolutely. That sounds like a joke, but I'm 100% serious.
No, I'm with you. I mean, I have a terrible memory for pop culture stuff, but that is always a line that I remember.
Yeah. It's a perfect line, perfectly delivered.
Yep. Who else is in this movie?
Ron Livingston?
Ron Livingston with a weird mustache.
Yes. Jenny walked in while he was on screen, and she was like, "He looks fat," which I thought was rude. It was a bad angle.
Yeah, I mean, he's getting older. He's putting on some weight. You know.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
Yeah, but the mustache does not help.
It definitely doesn't. Tom Skerritt is the aforementioned fellow military man that he meets.
Yeah. Who I don't think was old enough to actually be in World War II. But
yeah, I have no idea how old Tom Skerritt is.
He was born in 1933. I had to look it up because it started bothering me.
He could have... No, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I mean, you know. He certainly looks like he could be, you know, a similar age.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Oh, well.
Oh.
Acting.
Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, who else is... I think that's probably all the name people that I recognized.
I was curious, so just to go off on a nerd tangent here.
Sure.
The guy that plays Beth Grant's boyfriend, husband, whatever.
Yeah.
Is an actor named James Darren. And I looked him up because I just wanted to see what else that guy's been in. And he was on a TV show called T.J. Hooker.
Okay.
Where he played Officer Jim Corrigan.
What?
That's the Spectre for all you non-nerds out there.
That's crazy. What? I didn't know that T.J. Hooker was in the DC universe.
Yep.
I hope that he appears in the Snyder Cut of Justice League.
Everything's appearing. It's 17 hours long.
Right.
It's just the rough cut with special effects done.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
And just Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen playing over the whole thing.
Yep.
That would actually be incredible. If the whole thing was just like a troll.
That would be pretty ballsy, and I would have to give some respect.
I feel like the trailer was kind of a troll.
I didn't watch it, so...
Well, the use of Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen primarily is the part that I feel like was kind of trolly.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah, I guess that... Yeah, I can see where you're coming from there. Just, yeah, that's... Man, fuck everything involved with that.
Oh, man.
Can't wait to bootleg it.
The DC fandom panel for it was excruciating.
I can only imagine.
For some reason, I volunteered to write that up for the beat, and it was awful.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's my own fault. I volunteered.
It's true.
I took the bullet.
So, I'm sorry to go off on this tangent here, but like you said, there's not a lot of plot to this movie.
Right. I was sad most of the time. The end.
Yeah, pretty much. Was any comic information given out at the DC fandom thing?
Probably the biggest comic news was the return of Milestone.
Oh, okay.
Which is coming back. There's going to be a static digital series, and then a graphic novel, like a YA graphic novel for static. And then I think there's going to be maybe just, I'm not sure if it's hardware or Icon. I'm also not super familiar with a lot of the Milestone characters beyond static.
Well, sure, because you're white.
Because I'm white, and yeah. but they are going to be putting that material, like the original material, they're going to be making it available digitally, so I can catch up on that now.
Cool.
Now that I'm woke.
You could just go to any 50-cent bin and buy them all.
I mean, I probably could if I was allowed to, go to conventions or whatever.
What's stopping you?
Oh, Eric, I've got bad news for you.
What?
Donald Trump has outlawed comic conventions.
Oh, man. I am not voting for that guy again, then.
Excuse me. Hold up. But yeah, the Milestone thing was probably the biggest. Or no, I guess there's also John Ridley and Nick Darrington are doing a Batman miniseries in which Batman will be a person of color.
Ah.
So I think that was originally rumored to be part of like the 5G thing that was supposed to happen at some point that got scrapped after Dan DiDio left.
Oh, the thing that's causing the coronavirus.
Yes, 5G. Exactly. But no, it's okay. They canceled 5G, so coronavirus is over, I think.
Oh, okay. Sweet.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I don't know who John Ridley is, but I love me some Nick Darrington, and I think he's a perfect Batman artist. And,
he is spectacular.
So that's exciting.
Yeah, John Ridley did The American Way. And let's see what other comic. Oh, he's doing the other history of the DC universe that's coming out. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Didn't that get announced like 3 years ago?
It did, and then it was super duper delayed, and now it's back on the schedule.
Alrighty, now that it fired everybody at DC.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So did the DC fandom, did it save DC? Does everyone, get hired back and it's all good now, right?
I don't know about that.
Oh, okay.
It celebrated DC.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that it saved it, though.
Okay. But there are, Batmen with bad hairdos coming out, so.
You talking about the Batman?
The Batman, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks fine.
I didn't watch the trailer. I just saw pictures, and I just, I didn't think, Hawthorne Heights floppy hair was coming back so soon. But here we are.
I saw some people say he's going to cross over with emo Spider-Man from Spider-Man 3. They're going to have a dance-off.
Good.
I would love it.
I would watch that, actually. Yeah, the only thing I watched was the Suicide Squad roll call trailer.
Oh, nice.
Which I enjoyed that and got very excited.
Yeah, that looks great.
I mean, fucking Peacemaker.
I know, and just like comic accurate Peacemaker.
Right?
Speaking of John Cena.
Right? The only disappointed I felt was when they kept showing David Dalmatian's character.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my god, Crazy Quilt?
Oh.
And it's not Crazy Quilt.
Yeah, it's the polka dot man.
Yeah, is that even a real character?
I think so. I think he was also a Batman villain. So here's actually a question for you that I haven't Googled or anything.
Okay.
the character that Nathan Fillion is playing. I'm sorry, we're still talking about the Suicide Squad, not
That's
Lucky.
fine. Yeah.
Okay, the character that Nathan Fillion is playing, is he called TDK? I think.
Yeah, I think that's what it was called. Yeah.
Is that a pre-existing character or is that a new character?
I do not know. I am gonna Google it right now.
Okay, all right.
We're not doing a podcast or anything.
I mean, I feel like, Lucky is a meditation on facing your own mortality.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a bummer, but it's also kind of fun.
Yeah.
And let's talk about Suicide Squad.
Yeah. So according to what I am reading here, okay, the name is new.
Okay.
Let's see. The name is new, but Fillion's character is based on a DC Comics character inspired by fan parodies. Originally known as Arm Fall-Off Boy in DC's Legion of Superheroes.
Wait, what?
This dorky hero is exactly what he sounds like, and can take off his arms to beat up his enemies.
What?
So, there you go.
What? See, so like I hear the name TDK, and I think like, does that stand for the Dark Knight? Like, is this going to be like a parody character of Christopher Nolan's Batman, who just like growls and is super serious? But no, apparently it's fucking Arm Fall Off Boy.
Yep.
Which is amazing.
So,
wow.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. We learned something today.
Yes, we did.
Also, that death is inevitable, and eventually we'll all be nothing.
Yep. And we should just learn to smile at nothing.
Basically, yeah.
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 Yeah, so apparently a lot of that is also just straight from Harry Dean Stanton's belief on life.
Oh, wow.
Yep. Just
all right.
that, it's all just nothing really matters, nothing is important, and we're all just going to die.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not.
Me in particular, I don't think I've watched a movie that has spoken to me as deeply as this one. In just a sad and profound way.
Yeah, it hit me pretty hard.
Yeah.
Today.
I know you're going through some things, but and as I was watching, I was like, oh no, this is not good for Joe.
He's like, oh no, he's this is triggering. He is a triggered snowflake watching this movie.
As I said to myself, with tears streaming down my face.
Right.
Thinking that I need to email my dad. Because he's not long for this world anymore.
Or at least call someone whose voice you never hear.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Who do you think he was calling?
I don't know. So, like I tend to do when I have the time, I did watch this a second time. And that second time around, I started thinking, is he just calling Howard, which is David Lynch's character?
Yeah.
Just because they seem to be the two closest characters to each other in this movie.
Yeah.
Even though no one's really close friends with Lucky in it. They're just he's a part of their lives.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That was my guess. Either that or just not calling anybody at all.
Yeah. Like, he's just calling 411.
Yeah, could be.
Time and temperature.
the local, police. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a small town. They probably don't have much to do.
I thought at first maybe like he was calling like his son or something.
Yeah.
But then, we find out he didn't have any kids.
Yeah.
And that's after, he makes the call and no one picks up. So, maybe he was just calling like an old friend, and then that old friend died, and that's why they didn't pick up the last time that he called.
That's very possible.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. There's definitely some metaphor throughout the movie, and such as Eve's Garden, that I mentioned. The weird ass moment when he follows that guy into the alley that is just full of graffiti, and he goes to the exit.
Yeah.
That's got to mean something, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah.
Like if Eve's Garden is paradise, then that, because it's like, it's all lit in red, and, when he enters, there's only one way to go, and it's down.
Right.
Like, so that's hell, clearly.
Yeah.
But then he just ends up back at home.
Yeah, don't we all?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
And I think maybe that's even just a metaphor for, his belief in life. There's just, all you have is home.
Yeah.
And Liberace videos.
And figuring out how to program your coffee maker.
Sure. I don't have one, but I did come home the other day, and apparently there had been a power outage while I was at work, and I had to reset all the clocks around the house, and that was annoying.
That is super annoying.
Yeah. I got used to, computer and phone just, readjusting themselves. Yeah.
Oh man, our lives are hard.
Yeah, they are. They really, really are. But, Lucky gets a pet at some point, and then that's nice.
Yeah.
His box of crickets.
What type of pet did he get?
He got a box of crickets.
Oh, he just got the crickets? Okay. Yep. I was like, I missed the part where he picked out like a snake or something that's going to eat these crickets. Nope, he just bought the box of crickets.
Yep.
Good Lord. I did love that, like the crickets all over his window.
Yeah.
Like he really got ripped off.
It brought him peace and comfort.
Yeah, that's true. It's weird, but it's true.
Yeah. The scene with the waitress from the cafe, that was real fucking awkward.
It was real awkward, yeah.
I had no idea what was happening there.
Yeah, I was concerned that things were going to take a turn, if I'm being completely honest.
As was I. In either direction, I was concerned.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, is this gonna be really bad, or are they gonna do it?
Yep. I did not want to see either.
I did not either.
Yeah.
So I was glad when neither happened.
Yep. But it was real cringy up till then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a nice, I liked the way that it resolved.
Yeah, me too. So I don't know about you, but the part that hit me the hardest was honestly the birthday party.
Okay.
The singing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why in particular, but man, that just broke me as a human.
Interesting. It was very affecting.
Yeah.
I would definitely agree there. It didn't hit me super hard, but
Well, yeah.
I did feel feelings.
Okay. That's good. I don't want to think you were just a cold monster.
Well, I mean, you know how much I hate feeling feelings.
I mean, honestly, in the end, don't we all?
I think so.
I
don't know. I don't understand people.
Just rather not feel anything.
Yeah.
Just it would be so much better.
It really would. It'd be so much easier.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that was a very nice scene.
Yeah. And apparently, Harry Dean Stanton in real life was a singer in a mariachi band that traveled around the world.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
All right.
So again, just more tidbits from his actual life in this movie.
That's cool. Yeah,
Yes.
I did not see that coming.
A thinly veiled story about Harry Dean Stanton.
He is excellent. He was great in this movie.
Yeah, he was. I think everyone did a fantastic job, honestly.
Yeah.
And like you said, it was an absolute joy to see David Lynch just doing his, Gordon Cole thing, and
A little more subdued Gordon Cole.
slightly more, yeah.
But like when you walk into a scene and your first line is President Roosevelt has escaped. Like that really sets a tone.
Yes, it does.
I loved that. And even like the monologue that he gives about President Roosevelt, his tortoise, not the actual president. Like that was really powerful too.
Yeah. There's just a lot of great moments in this movie, and there's not a ton happening. It is pretty much just one old man grappling with his mortality, and it is just fantastic through and through.
Yeah. It's a really just a beautiful movie too. Just the way that it's shot and the way that it looks is really cool.
Yeah, the scenery is amazing. The setting of it, and just it's got like it's not slow, but it's just a lackadaisical pace.
Yeah,
just very casual and everything that it does.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is fitting.
Yeah, it's just very contemplative.
Yeah. Directed by John Carroll Lynch. You think you mentioned him earlier.
Yes, the Zodiac Killer himself.
Yes, indeed. Drew Carey's cross-dressing brother.
Oh man, that probably hasn't aged well. Yikes.
Yeah, it has not. I mean, not that I'm a huge Drew Carey fan or the Drew Carey show, but, I like a Dietrich Bader.
Sure.
And Orion Styles at times. And it's also on reruns, in syndication like 59 times a day. So I've caught it occasionally. And, they don't necessarily disrespect that character. But, I mean, it's cringy. But, he, plays it with as much respect as you could imagine something like that from the mid-90s.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah. He's a great actor, too. He's, one of, those guys,
Yeah, I really love John Carroll Lynch.
Yeah. My first thought was, of course, he's the Zodiac Killer.
Which
possibly.
Have you seen that? Is that a David Fincher movie you've seen?
I believe we watched it for Gutter Trash.
Okay.
And I don't think I cared for it much.
Ah.
It has been a while, but because that was back when we actually watched movies,
right? I'll have to look that up in the archives.
Yeah. I've definitely seen it. Whether it was actually for the show or not, I don't remember.
I think that's it's definitely in probably in my top 5 movies.
Wow.
I love Zodiac.
I feel like it was one of those that I watched after I'd pretty much already decided I didn't care for David Fincher.
Right.
But, I was like, yeah, I'll give him another shot. So, yes, it was episode 181, recorded on May 13th, 2012.
Wow.
So, it's been a few years. And I have just aged 20 additional years. And am now facing my mortality.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Oh, I accepted my death long ago.
Yeah,
And
I feel like
been
that's
waiting and welcoming for it.
I was gonna say I feel like that's the healthy thing to do, but maybe not so much the latter part.
I've had some troubles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, I recently, like literally recently, sort of came to terms with the idea that I may not like my life and enjoy it, and I probably don't want to be continuing it, but I've begun to accept the fact that maybe other people would be upset.
I'm glad that you have come to that realization as one of the people who would be extremely upset.
Yeah, well, I'm learning.
That's good.
But also, as Ron Livingston tells us, you just never know.
That's true. That is true.
And that is a guy who liked to skip work.
I mean, who doesn't? Who doesn't
true.
like to skip work?
God, I wish I could skip work some days. I haven't had a day off since whenever the last holiday was.
Yikes.
Yep. Oy.
Oh. That was a guy who liked to skip work.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Just perfect summary of Office Space. I don't know, this bad guy who likes to skip work. The end. There's a stapler, maybe? I don't fucking know. Oh, man. I'm done.
All right.
What's bringing you joy this week?
Oh, boy. The Republican National Convention.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
You know what? The thing that is actually bringing me some joy is the weird channels that you can find on Roku.
Okay.
Like the ones that advertise, free movies and free TV shows, and just have, and they all have commercials. But there's just some weird shit. Like I've been watching the. Apparently, in the early 2000s, they made a series of RoboCop TV movies.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. All right.
Yep. There was like 4 of them, and they're terrible. And the guy playing RoboCop is awful. But who's watching them? I am.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but the biggest thing was that I found on Tubi. Tubi,
right?
That they have just an absolute crap ton of riff tracks.
Oh, nice.
And because like Amazon Prime has a few, but I've seen them all.
Yeah.
And I just decided one day I wonder if like any other service has them, because I know that they have their own Pluto channel.
Okay.
But I wanted to see if there was any like on demand. And Tubi has like 30, 40 of them that I'd never seen before.
That's awesome.
So I've been watching a lot of those, and they just make me happy.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
Yeah. What about you?
Big Brother.
Week 3. All right.
No, seriously, it's yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
All right, yeah, so that's fine.
Oh man, no, I just yeah.
Yeah, you've got a lot on your plate right now.
I do.
Yeah.
I like comics. I like comics too.
Comics are good.
Just comics in general.
Yeah, I do. I like comics in general. I did read the 2 issues of Firepower that are out today.
Nice. Do you like those?
Yes, I do.
Excellent.
Chris Samnee is great.
He is a fucking beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Jana and the Unstoppable Monsters will come out eventually.
Yeah, I think I saw that was... I think he said it was coming out like early next year.
Okay.
So just because of coronavirus shenanigans.
Those shenanigans.
I know. So I'm curious on Firepower. Have you read the graphic novel yet?
Yes. I read that about a month ago. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought... I felt like the first issue of the series, like I loved the graphic novel, and then I felt like the first issue of the series was kind of a letdown.
Okay.
But then I loved the second issue again, so I don't know. Maybe it'll alternate for me.
I enjoyed the first issue quite a bit. I thought it set up the new scenario. Not to spoil anything about, the graphic novel or the series.
Right.
I thought it set it up pretty nice and set the characters, and I thought, everyone was very likable and relatable, and I just enjoyed the sort of easy pace of it, I guess.
Yeah, I can see that.
And then, just issue 2 being just an all-out action nutfest was pretty great.
Yeah, I think my issue with the first issue was that I feel like there were parts where Kirkman wrote things, or like where there was dialogue where there didn't need to be dialogue. He needed to let the art tell the story more than beat you over the head with whatever point he's trying to make.
I can get that. He is kind of one of those writers.
Yeah.
But I mean, comparatively, issue 2 is mostly silent.
Yeah.
So I can see where he comes from.
I think also, and this is not necessarily a slight against other artists that he has worked with, but I think that Chris Samnee is definitely the best artist he's ever worked with. So maybe he just needs to get used to figuring out when to step back and let the art do the work.
Yeah, you're right.
Like I said, not a slight on the other artists he's worked with, but Samnee is just next level.
No, you are 100% correct. I mean, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Sorry, something weird happened in my head.
No, I was basking in my rightness. So
okay, that's good. So what I was feeling was just psychic vibrations.
Yeah, I think so. It was like It was like a giant squid at the end of Watchmen. That was me and my rightness. Any hoodle.
Yeah. Felt like I was going to say something else about comics, but I got nothing.
All right. Well, I guess I could pick a movie for next time.
Sure.
All right, so game day decision. I've got a few options, but I think this is what I'm going to go with. It is a movie on Netflix. I believe it's an Australian movie called The Interview. Okay. And it stars Hugo Weaving.
I like that guy.
And that's literally all I know about it.
Okay.
I believe it may be like a police drama where he's being interrogated by the police, but I don't know if that's like the whole thing or what it is. That's just what I've gathered from the preview image for it on Netflix.
So that's how we're.
And I did verify that this movie is still on Netflix.
And it will be next week.
And it will be next week. Yes. Also, make sure you don't watch The Interview starring Seth Rogen and James Franco, where they go to North Korea and interview Kim Jong-il.
Yes, I was about to ask that question as well.
I mean, I guess if you wanted to watch that too,
I mean,
go for it.
It's been, 6 years? The hype has died down, right?
Yeah, I think so. The Sony hackers have moved on to other things.
Yeah.
You know what? Let's watch both of them.
All right.
And then we can do a compare and contrast. Like, which interview did you like more?
What if you watch one and I watch the other and we just review them?
I love it.
Oh. How about we just both watch the Hugo Weaving one?
That works too.
All right. Sorry.
I mean, I can't guarantee I won't watch the Seth Rogen, James Franco one as well.
You know, I can't guarantee that either.
Maybe it'll be the thing that's bringing me joy next week.
Hopefully.
I would like to find something.
Yeah. I would like you to find something other than Big Brother. And, you know, no slight to you and your joy of Big Brother, but, well, who am I kidding? I haven't really had anything that's been bringing me joy, so I'm just a little jealous. I
Do you
want to make up that fucking Riff Tracks bullshit.
Do you want my CBS All Access information so you can watch Big Brother as well?
I'll take your password, but I probably wouldn't watch Big Brother.
No, you have to use it to watch Big Brother.
All right.
All right, well, looking forward to our All Big Brother podcast next time.
Excellent.
Who will win the power of veto this week? Anyway,
that was funny, even though I didn't understand the reference.
It's a thing in the game, but also a thing on this podcast.
It's true.
Yeah. This podcast and Big Brother have a lot of things in common, I think you'll find.
All right. Well, then, sure. Send me over that password. I'm in. Let's do this.
Excellent.
Alrighty, sir.
All right. The interview.
Yeah. Smile.
Yeah, definitely. Ungats. Is that it?
Yep.
Ungats?
Yep.
Okay, I don't know. All right, we'll see you next week.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to The Viewmasters. You can subscribe to the show directly at view.guttertrash.net or at iTunes and leave us a review. Visit view.guttertrash.net for email information and links to Facebook and Twitter. We'll see you next time on The Viewmasters.